Okay, today we're going to be converting decimals to fractions, and I'm even going to show you a rule that one of my kids made up about 20 years ago that kind of works. So here's converting decimals to fractions. First of all, when you have a fraction or a decimal, just read the decimal. Now don't read it as 0.3. You have to actually know how to say it. It's 3/10. So that really tells you what you should write as a fraction. 3/10. Now, so far, pretty easy. But what happens if we get like negative 2.6? Well, just like on the last problems that we had when we were converting fractions to decimals, we go ahead and put our whole number as negative 2. Then we look at this part. What is this? This is 6/10. And you could write negative 2 and 6/10, but that wouldn't be in simplest form. So we need to simplify our 6/10, so we can divide it by 2/2, which is really dividing by 1, and we get 3/5. So negative 2.6 is really negative 2 and 3/5. Now, here's one that's 3.25. Well, once again, write your whole number down, and let's look at this part of our problem. It's 25/100, so that would be 25/100, which that sounds great. But we want it simplified, so we find the greatest common factor. In this case, 25 will go into both the numerator and the denominator evenly. So we do 25 divided by 25, that's 1, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. So when we look at it, it's 1 and 4, or 1, it's 3 and 1/4. Okay, so that's pretty easy to do. 3 and 1/4. Now, here's Natalie's rule. Natalie's rule is really a trick. It's really not a rule. And it works for a lot of numbers, but it doesn't work for every number. So when we look at this and we see the 3 is repeating, if the little bar wasn't there, we would call this 3/10. But that's not 3/10. Here's the trick. What you do, according to Natalie, is you leave the numerator alone and then just take 1 off of this. So if it's tenths, you make it ninths. So there's another fraction. We have to simplify it. We can divide by 3 on both the numerator and the denominator, and we get 1/3. Well, if you remember from when we were converting fractions to decimals, if you've done any of that work, you probably know that 1/3 equals 0.3 repeating. Like I say, it's Natalie's trick. It's really not a rule. Now let's look at this one, 1.27 with the 27 repeating. Well, once again, you leave the 1 right where it is. You leave the whole number. Let's concentrate on the 27 that's repeating. If it didn't have the line over it, it would be 27/100. But it does have a line over it. So we're going to change it to 27/99. All we're doing is taking 1 off of the denominator. Now if we simplify this, and I'm guessing it probably divides by 9/9, and we get 3/11. So 1 and 27, that's repeating, 27 repeating, or 1.27 repeating equals 1 and 3/11. It's a pretty good little rule. It's kind of fun to do. But like I say, it's really not a rule. Natalie kind of made it up. And we'll show you when we get to equations why it kind of works. So have fun with it.